Hi guys, this is Travis Dumond, a recent new church planter and pastor of Onward Church, and I'm here to interview him.
Yay.
So Travis, how did you first get into leadership?
Well, I've always been a leader. My parents really encouraged us to be leaders while we were growing up, and so it's kind of one of those things that I heard all growing up, that to be the leader, and so with that, the repetition kind of paid off, and so I was a leader in youth growing up in our local church, and from there went to college and graduated from Evangel University back in 1996, and became a youth pastor right out of Evangel. Been in leadership positions since then, and so really my parents had a huge impact on setting perspective on what it means to be a leader, but also giving me the confidence to be able to, even in my mind, think that I can be a leader, and that it was something that I could achieve, and something that was really just an expectation of our home growing up. And so,
yeah, cool. What are some of your challenges in your leadership?
Challenges are, it's decision making. It's then the decision that you make really have an impact not just on you, but on those who are following you, because obviously there has to be those who are, that are behind you and supporting you and coming alongside you, or you're not a leader.
Yeah.
So with that, sometimes the decisions that you have to make, there's a permanence or a heaviness that comes with it. Also, it's some of the challenges that come with it are just the reality that there's not a pause, that you can't just step out of that role for a little bit and just jump back in it. It's a good, I don't say reminder, but it's good for my discipline as well to know that there are people who count on me and count on how well I am, sharpening me as an individual, but also in the context of what I'm leading. And so challenges are decisions, and then also me in my personal life, allowing God to sharpen me to where He needs me to be, so that I can lead out of the overflow of what He puts in my life, instead of playing catch up in the capacities that I have in as far as my leadership positions go.
Awesome. What are some of the rewards of your leadership?
People, and seeing the investment that gets to be made in the people that I get the pleasure to lead, watching people grow, but also in seeing dreams that God places in my heart and in my spirit come to become reality as I get the privilege of leading in those things, and again, goes back to the beginning, how you become a leader. The conversations that my parents had, not knowing on my part what those would lead to now, but a confidence of being able to, lead with that confidence that says, hey, I feel like God is leading us in this direction. Yeah, we don't have the provisions yet. Yeah, we don't have all the things that need to be in place, but with that, God's going to take care of it, and with a boldness, be able to, and a confidence, not in myself, but in what God has proven Himself in, be able to do that, and that's super rewarding to be able to see that, not just in programming or things that we do as far as non-people related programs or whatever, but that's rewarding, but also, man, to see people, their lives change, people grow and move into the capacity that God wants them, is super rewarding.
Mm-hmm. So that's cool. If you had to tell yourself at the beginning of your ministry or leadership, what would you tell yourself?
Finish things. It's easy as my nature is to be visionary, a dreamer, and with that, sometimes it's easy for people who are inclined to be dreamers to move on to the next dream before the first one is totally finished. And so in early years, and I still have to push myself in that now, hey, okay, I know that next dream is on the horizon. I can already see the beginning stages of what it's going to look like, but let's finish this, or at least get into the place where it's passed off for somebody. There's a plan to see it finished, and so that's probably one thing that I'd tell my young self.
Yeah.
Make sure you're finished.
And then what's one of your favorite stories from your years in leadership?
Oh man, favorite stories. Just the stories. I would say it's stories, and it's all centered around people who we have had the privilege of investing in. Your story. We can go down the list of students who graduated from Full Circle, but also students that have had youth ministry and just the people along the way that you just see. I've just seen God make an impact in their life, and to know that God allowed me in that leadership capacity that He placed me in their life to be able to make some impactful moments that help shape their life, and that those there's just so many stories, so I'll combine them into one. Just being able to see God, work in people's lives, and people be able to, students and individuals be able to understand that God has created them for a purpose, and then they get it, and then they begin to operate and work in that, and so that story as a balloon, I would say, encapsulates multiple stories in just that one story. So,
all right. Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.